Crystal Bay area in southeast Alaska attracts worldwide attention from sportsmen. At the crack of dawn, the Alagnak Lodge is already busy. Boone and his friend George use thread to create some underwater delicacies.
Boone, we're going chum fishing today, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we'll go try it for a while.
Okay.
What kind of fly we got going here?
Well, I've been thinking about what we could use, and we've had good success with other species up here with tarpon flies, and I thought we'd try it on the chums.
Do they take this fly on a direct cast straight out, or do you hit most of your fish on a turn with this fly, or on the down side of the cast, or what?
Well, from what I've told in personal experience, dead drift, they'll generally pick it up either on the dead drift or right on the swing.
How much longer do you suspect these fish will keep running in?
Oh, they're chums?
Yeah.
Last week's the first big indication of the run coming in that. So it could be late, it might go for a month. There must have been 5.
Fly fishing is as old as the sport of fishing itself and offers many different challenges to the fisherman. Using a fly rod without magnetic brakes or a tension release, the angler must utilize a greater portion of his own strength and skills to bring in the catch.
In a day, you got a pretty good idea.
Chum salmon are the colorful member of the salmon family and average about 9 pounds. Male chum are easily recognized by the sharply hooked nose and the dog-like teeth.
This fly's in the water, George. The blue flashaboo and the feathers and that, what is it doing when you're stripping in? Is it laying back? Is it puffing out like some kind of a feed that they would be taking, or what do you think's happening there?
Well, first of all, Boone, I don't believe these fish to feed in fresh water. Now, they may to some degree, but to my knowledge, they don't.
You think they're hitting on instinct then?
I think they're hitting out of anger or irritation. I prefer to think of this pattern as an irritant. And I think what the flashaboo does is combined with the feathers. They have the feathers themselves have a very unique breathing action because of the way they're tied in, and they will pulsate, so to speak. And the flashaboo combines in with that in a swimming motion and gives this fly very unique action, which is characteristic of a tarpon pattern.
Well, this fly's looking good. And being as we got several tied up, I think we'll just have to drop down tomorrow. When that tide drops down, we'll drop down towards the glory hole and that. We can anchor the boat there and get out and fish that tight corner on the right there. There was a lot of chums showing in there the other day.
Success in fly fishing depends on the ability to tie an appetizing fly, to the fish that is. Then careful motions of the rod and line bring the insect to life.
Wallfish. There it is. All right.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, head toward the beaver dam. Can't have that.
The loud whining of the reel indicates that the fly managed to attract a real thumb burner.
I'm working him. He's holding well.
Okay, look at that dandy. Woo! Another nice big fish.
Another male chum with brilliant tiger stripes.
Come blue. That's about a 12-pounder. All right, slack off on your line just a little bit.
That'd break that world record in that tippet class again.
Now, if George's theory is right and these fish strike in anger, those flies must be making them powerful angry.
There's a nice fish.
Hey, the Boone man! Into another. Woo! He's on. He's still on. That's a heck of a good fish there, Boone.
Well, look at this guy.
Woo!
Baby.
I haven't seen one with that kind of girth all week.
All right. How big is that guy?
I bet he's pushing 13 or 14.
Yeah, at least. Good size fish.
Fly tying approaches an art form when an angler can target a fly. That is, create a fly designed to attract a specific species of fish.
Now with the grayling tomorrow, will we find them in the upper stretches of the river?
I think we'll probably run upriver probably 15 to 20 miles. Grayling I found up there consistently and fast. Shallow water, say 2-3 feet.
What you got out over there, George?
Oh, I got a grayling.
It might look easy, but it takes careful observation and experience to be successful in fly fishing. The grayling went after a woolly worm this time, but the season, the current, the hour, any condition on the river may alter the fish's feeding habits.
Pretty little thing.
You ever eat any of them?
No.
I never have either. I always released them.
We'll dead drift this one too, and I would imagine most of the fish will hit it on that. Okay. In casting it, general technique would be to throw upstream, get it to drift down, and after it's completed its drift and swing, strip it back. A lot of times fish will take it then.
Luck ran out on the woolly worms in a dead drift. Adapting to new conditions, George took this grayling with a salmon egg pattern.
Nice fish.
Now with the rainbow, I understand that the resident rainbow are present in the upper river or throughout the system all the time, and that these fish aren't nearly of the size of the big ones that'll come down out of the lake.
No, you're right, but I have caught some nice fish. When we go up river, mainly right now they will be resident rainbow. If you get a 6-pounder, you got a fairly nice fish. A lot of fish from, say, half a pound up to 4 pounds.
Well, I enjoy catching rainbow. Not only I have caught some in other Alaska streams, although this will be the first time here, but I have found, as you said, these Alaska fish to be very vigorous. And I think that the consistency of the water temperatures up here keep these fish in prime condition and very strong and very vigorous.
Got a rainbow. Little guy. Took it on the dead drift.
A dead drift allows the fly to drift with the current on the surface of the river. Delicate placement and timing coax the rainbow to strike. Fly fishing also facilitates release, since the fish are most often hooked in the corner of the mouth instead of swallowing the bait. And now, after some practical experience, George is ready for the big time.
Good show.
Fishing for kings, you think this is going to be the fly?
Well, I'm going to tie it in such a way that they're going to see it. If I can get it down to them, they will definitely see it. You know, like you say, they're big. And I've taken them down the lower river to 46 pounds, and I've had to fight some of those fish for well over an hour and a half. And I'm prepared for an arm ache, because they can give you that.
Their mouth is so big. What do you think is going to happen when on the strike? Do you think that you're going to miss a lot of fish because of that? They're really hard mouth too.
Well, what I think I'll do would be very similar to what I do if I was drift fishing. When I feel a fish pick it up, and I think what they'll just do is stop it. Now with a drift rod, you'll feel them bump it. And you'll feel the little telltale bump. But on this, I think it's going to stop, and it's going to feel like a snag in all seriousness. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to stick them.
Fish on, dude! Yeah! Fish on!
It is an angler's dream to hook into a king salmon with any kind of tackle. But to entice him with a fly and to play him on fly fishing tackle is the ultimate test of an angler's skill.
On the other side of the boat. That keeps close. Right over there, coming up the bank.
Once we get into one of these big fish, they're so heavy in that we might possibly have to use the boat to run these fish down. If we run into that problem, well, I'll just pull the anchor and you can walk down and hop in and we'll just drift down with you then.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much backing you got in that, but I hope you got a lot.
Just hop in the boat. See what we can do.
huh? It's off. How much line you got out?
Oh, I'd say 50, 60 yards into the backing.
All right, we better get after him.
Maybe
then.
more. Hard to tell on water.
There he is. Look at him jump. Woo! Got him coming?
Yeah. Oh,
right.
here's that eddy.
No, it's down around the bend here. We got to keep him out of
He's
this
got some
garbage.
snags coming up though. In fact, he's, I can see him.
I might have to start the motor right here in a minute. Motor up to him.
Get him out of that one before he gets there.
Typical king. To the snags after you hook him. Why don't you move back towards the back of the boat just a little bit. There you go. A little bit more. There you go. Nasty. Nice fish, George.
Thank you, bud.
Way to go.
Thanks for the netting.
Never to be forgotten is the brute rush of a bronze-backed king. Attracted by a fly, skillfully brought to the net, and after the battle, a gentle release. All resulting from the art of tying flies.
You know, tying your own flies, it really truly adds to the overall experience of what we're doing here. It gives us a chance to adjust the situation here, which might be entirely different in the lower 48. Adjust to it and be successful, and I think we will be tomorrow.